Welcome back. If you're watching this, hey, make sure you catch it from the beginning. You've got to hear how he ended up here. You can't just be jumping on this episode because of this title. There are a few episodes before this. But, Waithaka.
Yes.
You go to Stato, running scholarship.
Yeah.
One knows bleed hapo kwa sababu ya baridi. Baridi na joto, a mixture of both heat and cold, cold and hot. You go for, you're there for somewhere, let's say 6 to 8 months. You come back for to begin the next sem.
Yeah, which is in the fall. And I'm told no scholarship for you.
Let me ask you, first of all, just a quick throwback. When you went for the meets, had you been performing?
Yeah. And
what does performing mean? You come in 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, like for my, I won like a couple of like my hits, and I would do the 4x4. So that was the relay. Yeah. Yeah, and we performed okay.
So why do you think he dropped you?
I don't know. We never really got to talk about that.
So you come back to school, you know you're about to run?
Yeah, me, I'm about to continue with the next semester and start training again. And then it's like, no, we don't have any
scholarship for you.
Yeah. But what I didn't know that I came to learn later is that they are supposed to you're supposed to get a whole year. So the fall, I was supposed to be there whether I performed well or not. Because it's based on the whole academic year.
Yeah.
And remember, I came in the winter.
Yeah.
So I came
literally in January.
Yeah. So
you only did 2 semesters. Okay, so what does that do? Well, you are 21-year-old or 20-year-old.
No, I'm 20.
You're 20. What's your one?
Turn a 1 because I don't think it made a difference. But I'm 20. The only difference it made is like I could buy alcohol. So
because you needed it.
No, actually, me, I don't drink. So
have you ever drunk?
No, like Maliza whole bottle of mine. No.
No, what I mean is like at this stage, by the time you're going there, were you drinking?
No,
because you know that affects you as well.
Yeah. No. I've never been I've never drunk or like been a smoker. No.
Yeah.
Because remember I'm around sports, and also I think it goes back to my dad doesn't drink or smoke.
Okay.
So it's what you see.
I get it. So, what happens?
So does
that mean you have to leave the school?
Yeah, I have nowhere to go. So it kicks into survival mode. So
hold on, it means you can't even stay in the school and pay your own fees.
You can, but I don't have money.
And you have to pay that fees immediately.
Yeah, you can't start classes if you haven't paid that fees.
What?
Yeah.
So you literally become homeless. Not homeless, but you know what I mean?
Schoolless. Yeah.
Which means accommodation gone, food gone.
Yeah.
Even now, access to that premises.
You can come, but you can. Yeah, you can. You don't have the student card. So there are so many places you can access.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So what happens?
So instincts kicks in, and what do I know? I remember I told you.
You can't even walk.
Yeah. Oh, but now, at this point, you already know like there's ways you can walk. By this time, I've already gotten my social security number, and I've gotten my ID. Okay. And driver's license.
Within 6 months.
Yeah.
Of arriving at that time.
Oh yeah.
So, just explain this to me. You've got with your visa, which is an F1. I thought you said you could only work within the school.
Yeah, but the school had to pay us. So they do need. So for them, the social security number is like your identification number. I don't know. It's the equivalent of. I don't know if it's the equivalent of a PIN or a Huduma or whatever.
Yeah, it's what they're trying to do with Huduma.
Yes. So that's what.
Backfiring, but
it's a whole different thing. Yeah, but now see that's you need to get that. But how they did it, because I remember like the manager, this kitchen manager who got us the job, the school was saying, for us to pay them, they're going to have to wait until they get their social security number. And the guy's like, hold on. So you want these guys to work, you don't pay them, and then they have to wait? He fought for us. He's like, no, they have a form of identification. We had our passports. You can use that to pay them while they're processing their their social security numbers are being processed. So once that was done, we ended up going to the social security office in Missouri, in Colombia, and we applied everything. It was done.
Okay.
All there was left was for them to send it to us, and they send you the card. And at the same time, I do my driving and everything. Remember, Eliud had a car. So even when I came, I was driving with my Kenyan license, because you can use it for a while. But it's like, you're going to need to do your driving. I go do my driving. The first time I fail. But the second time I passed. I don't know why I failed. It's a whole different new system.
Yep.
But so when I passed my, you do two. You do there's like the written one or whatever, and then you do your theory and practical. Theory. So me, I take Eliud's car. I go to Colombia to do my driving over there. His car, the thing for the battery is loose. It stops when I'm doing my test. So the copper is in the car, because you have to do a parallel parking and a 3-point turn. Yep. I was like, okay, it's Zimika's like, hold on. Me, I didn't even think much of it. I put it in handbrake. I go pop up the hood, the bonnet. I pop up the hood, fix the thing, come back, and start the car. And I go. He told me, you don't even have to do anything else.
You failed.
No. It's like you know about you are driving. Even though he was like, the way you are so calm about it. But remember, I had been here for 2 years before I left. I already had my DL. Yep. I'd been driving since I was 14. I was younger than that. But by the time I was from class 5 to class 8, I could literally drive. Yep. So that was
so nothing. That girl's like, it's okay.
Him is like, you don't even have to show me anything else. We went back, he gave me, and I left with a DL, because there they give you the same day.
Whoa.
Yeah, they print it out same day.
Okay, so now what happens? Kwaheri bye-bye.
Kwaheri bye-bye, man. I tell Eliud I'm gone. Okay, so the summer what happened, I ended up leaving and going to stay with my family friends. And then the guy was like, come on, let's go to St. Louis. Because St. Louis is a big city. Where we were, it's a small city. Let's go to St. Louis, and then we'll get our jobs we'll start working at Six Flags. Remember, now I already know how to get to work. You know how you can get work, with your social security number. The only thing is that it was written not authorized to work without permission. So you just don't show that. I don't mean to sell our people, but
yes.
you just don't show that. So me, I was like, oh, okay, I show them my passport number and I give them my social security number, and we get a job at Six Flags.
What's Six Flags now?
It's a couple of...
you're saying these things like
I know. Six Flags. So this is my summer job. My first summer job was at Six Flags in Eureka, Missouri, which is like, I'd say 20-something miles to 30 miles away from St. Louis. And I worked remember I told you I was a good swimmer? So I worked as a lifeguard and a forklift driver.
What?
Yeah, I worked in a warehouse and in in a wave pool, in the pool section.
Where are you staying?
I'm staying now, so the US is all about who you know and community. So the family that I went to live with in Colombia, they used to be neighbors with this other family in Kari, Mogoga, because both of them used to work for Kari, and they left. So these guys are in Colombia, Missouri. This other guy is in St. Louis. He's a truck driver, so he's never home. So he told us, you can have my place. So we're not paying rent. Our job is just to go to work. He's paying the rent. We go to work. So we are commuting every day. So we had my friends, his name is Deuri Ken. We have his car. It's like a nice Volkswagen. It's a GTI. Zile za kitambo. It's called a Rabbit. Hey, we go. We forgot to put oil.
Knox.
Hey, so as we were going, where we were stuck, a friend, there's this friend of, now she's very good, she's like my sister. an African American, she's going to work. And we were both in the lifeguard training together. She's like, hold on, that's Mugo, that's the Kenyan guy. So she drives past us, and then she had to go like a good 5 miles to turn around and come back. She comes back and picks me up. She picks us up. So we leave the car over there. She picks us up, we go to work. Then she's like, do you have a ride to go home? No. How are you gonna get home? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I just had to think about getting to work. She's like, okay, where do you live? I'm like, I don't know, but the street is called Limburg. So she's like, okay, do you have a ride to come to work? I'm like, nope. She's like, I was like, I've only been in the US for a year. She's like, okay, I'll pick you up and then we'll, I'll drop you off. She picked me up every day for the summer.
What?
And dropped me off.
Hi, that was a nice.
Now we are like best of friends.
So hold on, let me ask. I'm trying to understand this mentality. You're 20.
Yes.
Life has already become just about wake up, work.
Yes. Because now I'm in
you're
survival mode now.
Oh, you're in survival. You've been told Kwaheri from
Kwaheri over the other side. So my safety net is gone.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no safety
You've
net.
told the folks here back home. Oh. No, not really.
Not really.
You've told your bro.
My bro knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
just trying to buy time. I'm trying to buy time. So, and also like I'm trying to make sure my visa, to maintain because I think you are not allowed to be out of school for, I don't know, like more than a semester.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to buy time so I can get back in. So I go to I'm in St. Louis. This is the summer now. I'm making money in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But and remember, the car is broken down. So we have to fix the car. So all my money is going there. And I still owed him money for quite a while. Good thing he's a family friend.
This is the guy's how, yeah.
Yeah. So his dad and my dad went to college in KU together. And we're very good friends. We've been friends since we've known each other. So like how people who you are not related to, is like, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
That's how it was. And then they went to the US before us. At least them, they went in the 80s. Yeah. And so they went through the US system, school and everything. Now me, I came in the 90s. And those were the only safety nets I had. And if I didn't have those, I don't know how things would have gone.
How did you feel when you were told school's done?
Oh. Like, I was confused. I just walked away. I didn't even ask questions because I was like, what? Okay, I don't know what's going on. And I just walked away and left.
And you've not been back there?
No. I've never gone back.
Yo.
Yeah, I just left because I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know. So I don't know who to actually go and ask more questions.
Yeah.
I don't know who to... Like, I didn't know where to seek guidance after that. Apart from, like, talking to Eliud.
Yeah.
But now Eliud,
what can he do?
Yeah.
He's also trying to survive,
He's also trying to survive. So I didn't want to become a burden to anyone. So I left. I went to my, family friend's house, and the mom is like, what happened? Remember, she's a parent to me too.
Yeah.
She still is even now.
Yeah.
She even hassles me now. She's like, what happened? Because she's like, have you finished school? Even now, she still asks me that.
Yeah. Because now you tell her what happened.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, you can chill here for...
No, she's like, what are you going to do? What do you mean you can chill here?
No, you can chill here.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm just going to go to St. Louis because I already had the job.
Yeah.
So I go to St. Louis, I go back to the same job I was doing. But now, I didn't have a place to stay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, by chance, like I go back and I think my car runs out of gas.
So now you have a car?
At this point, did I have a car? Yes, I had a car and it runs out of gas, petrol. So, I'm cutting across highways. People don't walk in highways in the US. You don't see the way people are vuka in Thika.
That's jaywalking.
So this guy sees me, he's like, what's going on? Okay, let me go help him. So he comes, he helps me, and then he's like, asking me, so where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to...
By this guy, you mean an American?
Yeah, a white guy. And he's like, okay. And I'm looking for a place to stay. I just moved here and I'm looking for a place to stay. He's like, do you have a place to stay? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, okay. So it's like, there's this lady who's renting out her basement. So, and we go to the same church. She's like, oh, okay. How much is she charging? I don't even remember. I go there. So the lady is like, so he talks to the guy. He's like, there's this guy that I met. We keep in touch. But at that time, I think I knew some people there. I don't remember where I stayed because it's been, this is in 2000.
Yeah.
So that's 21 years ago.
Yeah, I get it.
So I remember some, because it's one of those moments, like, you ever seen those experiences that you just want to forget? Because how rough it was. That's how it was. Because that drive from Colombia to St. Louis, I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm not even paying attention to driving because my head is somewhere else.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? So, but I had friends even in Colombia who were helpful. You know, because remember Ken, who the parents we lived with.
Yes.
They had been in Colombia for a very long time and they had friends there and had made friends with them.
Yep.
So I had friends there. So I knew if things really bad, I would come, but I just didn't want to
be a burden.
Yes. Because I left home.
Why didn't you think of your bro?
He was far away.
Okay. Oh, yes.
But that will come later.
Okay.
So
it gets harder.
Oh, it gets harder. So, but before I had left, one thing about US schools is like in the music department, they have piano rooms for practice.
So before you left where? Before you left the track school?
Yes.
So
I went, there was this, we had a small African community and we used to hang out together. And then one of the guys, he was an Ijo, used to play the piano and he used to go to the piano room. He's like, oh, I asked him one day, where are you going? I was like, I'm going to the piano room. I'm like, let me come. And he was playing. I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I like that. Because I remembered when I was in KU, when I was around 7, the nun that used to teach us catechism played the piano one day in church. And I'm like, I want to learn. And then she's like, okay, when we're about to plan, then Lord knows she got transferred.
Yeah.
So that was put on hold. So now
it's been brought back.
Back again
by this Nijo in the piano room.
He's playing in a piano room playing, and he's like, yeah, you can come here anytime. These things are always open. I'm like, what? Yeah, come. Then so I start going. I bang on the keys. They sound like crap, but I bang.
It's just you're learning.
I'm at this point. I'm not even like it's not even constructive. I'm just banging on it just to see how it sounds and then you get a feel of it. Then the whole scholarship thing happens. That is even out of my head because now I'm in survival mode. It's like, it's not where am I going to find another piano? It's like, how am I going to survive? Mimi was St. Louis. I get help from that guy.
So
this lady.
The basement?
I get the basement. She even lets me not pay rent for until I get, I think, a month later.
What?
She didn't charge me the first month because I had to get situated.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have to bring anything. I just had to bring my clothes.
Yo.
Then guess what?
What?
She has a piano upstairs.
Oh, you guys, this story has gone.
I'm telling you, she has a piano upstairs. So.
And you didn't know her?
No, I didn't know her.
Okay, let me ask you. There's a question I want to find out. Did you experience racism at this time? Later. So between this time, you've not experienced racism?
I don't know. I don't think I have an idea.
What it is?
Yeah. Like I would get, like the lesson I would get later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you've gone to a stranger's basement and they've let you in as a black guy. This is a different side of Stato that they don't tell us about.
It's there.
First of all, a guy stops on the road, a white guy, a stranger, not only helps you, but also refers you to a place to go and stay. Yeah,
because they go to the same church.
Yo.
So he's like, okay. And he's like, I saw you. And I was like, because he saw me walking with a can to go look for a gas station. It's like, the closest gas station is far. So jump in a car. Me, I don't know. I guess I was, you're in that desperate
survival
mode. So you're not thinking, you're like, okay, you're not thinking that this guy might peleka me over there and change me. No, you just get in the car. I need petrol. I need gas. I need gas for my car so I can go wherever I'm going. So he goes, we buy, he brings me back, we put gas, and then he gives me his number. I call him. He's like, there's a lady who in our church is elderly and she rents out her basement. So come. And then the lady was like, I want to meet you. So she meets me. She asked me where I'm from. I'm like, I'm from Kenya, Nini. And then I explain myself. And she's like, okay, you can come. Now, I think that's where now I started. Okay, yeah, I experienced racism once I moved into her basement because she lived in a... So St. Louis is the way after living in other different places is one of the, I don't know if I should most
say racist.
No, I don't know how. Okay, I don't know this. I hope this will haunt me later. But in my view, in my experience and how I've seen it lately, it's one of the most segregated cities because majority of black people tend to live on one side and Wazungus on the other. So the area where she was is very nice. It's called Kirkwood and it's predominantly Wazungu. So here am I with my car. At first I got an Acura, then that one, Arabicard, I ended up getting a Mitsubishi Eclipse. Red car, sports car. Here is a black guy pulling up in this neighborhood in this red car with rims. Hey, boss. I got pulled over a couple of times. And in my head, I'm like, what? Then I show them the license. They say, okay, he lives over here. And I'm not thinking much about it. Even at that point. Then, so I start going to I'm still going to the other job in Six Flags. But this is way after. But I didn't even, so remember my friend helped me, the one that used to pick me up and drop me off. Now she lives in St. Louis.
Yes.
She's the one that gives me the lessons of America.
She's Black American.
She's African American.
She gives you from her perspective.
Yes.
Okay, and what does she tell you?
Hey, why? What does she tell me, Mom? What do we experience? So one day we go to Applebee's or whatever to eat. And she's with her girlfriends. They're like there were 3 ladies and 2 guys. The other guy was white. And we used to work with him in Six Flags. So we go to eat. And then one of the friends orders a drink and tells the waiter, the person serving her, don't fill it to the brim. And they did that. She's like, I told you not to fill it to the brim. Could you take out some? So the waiter takes the glass, puts her finger like this and goes and pours it off. See, her friend is watching. She's like, oh hell no, I ain't drinking that. Hey, watch out now the back and forth goes. Now that's when ilitokea, the blackness. That was, I think, my first introduction to okay, this is how it is. Me and the other guy, we go sit over there. Uko wamepelekana, my friend, now my friend Jamil, her name is Jamil. She goes to defend her friend. Why? Next thing I know, y'all gotta get out. Now them, they're like, what? They start cussing Uko hivyo manze, nini. Me, we're sitting in the corner with the guys like, oh damn. They say they call the cops. It's like, you gotta go. The manager comes with an attitude, nini. And next thing you know, I hear my name, Mugo, let's go. So Jamil is calling me and we leave. But this was almost like the second experience. The first experience was at work. And this guy, our supervisor, was almost got us in trouble and almost got us fired. But Jamil really confronted him and defended me. Because me, I'm you're still raw, you're still fresh. So I was
later, bro.
Yeah. So now my lessons start of like, hey, this is how it is. So
and what's that? How it is? What do you mean by
like,
that?
As a black person, you have to be either proving yourself, defending yourself. You know, you have like watu unaweza kakose like unaweza kakosewa na you know mzungu, but even when a cop shows up,
it's on you.
Yeah, you're the ones who's been asked what did you do, what happened, blah blah blah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
because you see, Ash was like, hey, why did you put your finger in my drink?
Exactly.
But the bartender caught an attitude. And this black girl is like, oh, hell no.
You're not catching attitude.
No. I mean, the ones that were thrown out there, I don't want to say them over here. But I'm telling you, that's when I was like, damn, okay, we used to see this on TV or music videos. I'm like, it's not fake, it's for real. Like, you know, bodies, they really have to defend themselves. Because, you know, in her defense, she's like, hey, you're the one I'm the customer. You're the one that's messed up, but you're still trying to pin it on me. So I think at this point, like, I'm absorbing stuff. I still haven't figured out how to process it. I'm absorbing. So Jamil, we become very, very good friends. By this point, we are very good friends, you know, so we are seeing each other a lot. I'm hanging out with her. She's helping me out, you know, like even getting insurance for my car and all that stuff, telling me, you know, even things for school, helping me, trying to maneuver everything out. Then by the time my bro, so it's around summer, I started in 2001, and my bro comes to visit with a friend. They drive all the way from DC to St. Louis. And my bro is looking at me, he's like, okay, how's everything going? But my bro looked at me, he's like, get out. Because I'd become a loner kabisa. You know, because I remember one time I hadn't called home in 7 months. And one day I woke up and I just felt the need to call home. Like something just bugged me. And I call home and my mom is like, hey, you've been quiet for a long time. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, but something's been bothering me. Like, I felt like I should call home. It's like, yeah, your grandpa died. Yeah. So that, I don't know how it works, but something was telling me you need to call home. Hey, at that day, I remember that conversation. We talked for like 2 hours or something. And I told her, I will call you from now on every Sunday.
What?
Yeah. I have called her every Sunday up till now.
What?
Unless I'm here.
Yo.
We talk with my mom every Sunday.
That's deep.
Yeah. And it changed then. You know, I was like, hey, okay, I need to call. I was like, I'll call you every Sunday. So I used to budget for a phone card, $5 every Sunday. And I'll call my mom. We would talk. She would tell me what's going on. And then I told them what happened with the scholarship and everything.
Did they know?
Yeah, now they knew.
No, but had your bro told them before?
I don't know. But I think also one of the main reasons I think he came, he was told he needs to come and check on me. So my bro comes, he's like, this guy is surviving. But he's like, you know what? Come to DC. Come and live with me. You know, he was still a student. So he's like, come. So it was him and another schoolmate of his called Mike Zip. I call him the Zip Meister. Yeah. He's from Canada. And then my bro.
In one house?
Yeah, we rented an apartment.
Yeah.
So summer is Kuishain. Now this is the value of friends. Summer is Kuishain. Just when I'm about to go, I get into an accident. Because now it was thawing off and winter was fading away. My car pop crashes. And the hood kunjikas. Now I have to tie it with I went to like AutoZone and I bought these clamps, and you know the ones that like they tie goods with. Yeah. I tied. So I'm on the road going to visit my friend. I'm on the highway. See me, am I remembering that I crashed my car and my hood is broken. Boop! It opens up and hits the windscreen. End up in a ditch. You know, I sat down there, contemplated my life. Like I got out the car and I sat and I'm like, what is going on with my life? When I told you things was about, the soft landing was about to end, I sat out there on the highway. I was like, man. So when my bro came, my hood was messed up, and I told him, my car is messed up. I don't know if you'll fix there. One of our neighbors, she's one of the groups that we came with. She's the one I'm telling you. She lives like we're in almost the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
She's the one that bailed me out. Send me money, fix the car.
Nice.
Drove. We were neighbors in Ruiru.
Yes.
So our house is like here. Their house is over here at the corner. And we went to primary school together and everything. And then she's married to one of the guys that we used to run with, who was also the best man in my wedding, who is also a very good friend of mine. So that, like, for me, even though it was a struggle, there's always been people around.
But imagine without people.
Why do you think, like, we have a lot of cases of suicide, depression?
Of Kenyans in America?
Oh, yeah. A lot. It's something that's not talked about, but it's something that's a huge... like I told you, that country can wear you down.
I can imagine going through all that you're going through without your bro.
I know.
Without...
friends.
Without
Jamil.
Yeah.
Without Ken.
And then even now you're desperate, so you connect with the wrong company.
Yes. But now what I did, I became a gym rat. Because when I was in St. Louis, I ended up getting a job. Remember I was a lifeguard at Six Flags? So I came to YMCA, applied for a lifeguard. So one of the perks of being a lifeguard and working there is like you can use a facility. So they had an indoor basketball court and a gym. When I tell you I was diesel, like I was like... so I was working out and then playing basketball.
Keys.
Then I would do the morning shift and the afternoon shift, evening shift. So morning shift would start at 5:30. So I had to be there at 5. So I'm the guy who's opening so that people can come in and start going to do their laps. And what it taught me is consistency. Let me tell you, when I tell you the same guy will show up same time every day for a whole year, I'm like, this guy doesn't have anything else to do. He doesn't go anywhere. Consistently. And when he's not going to show up, he'll tell you, oh yeah, this week I might not be there. I'm going out of town. I'm going on a blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, I'm back. Every day. So that I saw that a lot. Yeah. And it also helped me because I was working out a lot and I became a gym rat. Like when I say my life revolved around work and working
gym.
out.
Do you have photos from that?
No.
I was going to say insert photo.
My friend has one. I used to hate.
Send us that one, Bana. Hopefully it's this
one. She said she'll look for it, but I don't know. I used to hate taking photos.
Yeah.
You're like, when you're working out, you feel like you're small. Because you go in the gym, you see another guy who's bigger than you, like, man, I'm skinny. But your friends are looking at you like, what's going on with you? It's like, why are you buying smaller shirts? Stuff like that. Are you shopping at the kids section or something? So I'm like, no, this is actually a large. They're like, what? That's a large? Hey, okay. You've been going to the gym comes way after. Yes. I'm like, yeah. So I was that and I was playing basketball a lot.
Okay, so let me ask you now. I want to follow this story with you to your bro.
Yeah.
So now what year is this that you're going with your bro?
2001.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my bro comes around
I was starting uni then.
Eh?
I was starting university then.
You're starting to... That's not late. So later than me. Because I started in 2000, so it was a year after. Yeah. But if I would have gone the way it's supposed to be, I think I should have started campus in 99.
Yeah.
No, 98.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But now, see, I'm what do you call it? See, my bro comes. We visit, I peleka them St. Louis, I show them around, and then he asks me, so what's going on? And I tell him, I don't know this place. He's like, why don't you come to DC? I'm like, okay. I'm going to my bro. Is there anything to think about? Yeah. I pack my bags. I tell my friend Jamil I'm moving. She's sad. She's like, what? You leaving me? I'm like, no.
Did you and Jamil have a thing?
No.
Okay.
just no, Jamil is like like a sister. Even now.
Okay.
We really like, we've been close ever since. There's nothing that I like every stage of my life that she hasn't been part of. She was our wedding. She came. I brought her to Kenya.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
She met my parents. My dad. I remember taking her Ocha and we were talking. There were two African American friends and she asked me something and I replied. And my uncle is looking at me and he's like, Kawai Gori. He's like, did you hear what she said? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm always
because I'm not the wang.
Yes.
The accent.
But also, one thing she's taught me a lot about the US and how it is. So by the time I was moving to DC, now I was aware. Because now I got to hang out a lot with them. And then the stereotypes that I've had, at least I could have that conversation with her without feeling judged. Like I could tell her, hey, these are the stereotypes we told.
I could get.
Yeah, about African Americans. And she's like, no, because she was the total opposite of what I'd been told.
Yeah.
She came from a two-parent,
family.
Both of our parents were actually like my parents. I think also the other thing we clicked is like both of our parents were educators. They were lecturers. My parents, my mom is a high school teacher, my dad is a lecturer.
Yeah.
So we were able to relate on so many levels. It's just that we are from different backgrounds. So, my grind in St. Louis was so the other thing I also did as YMC, I was a delivery driver for a sandwich shop.
So let me ask you, what are you doing with all this money that you're making?
Hey, bills. You're paying rent. You're paying car insurance. You're wasting money. You're buying your own stuff. I'm buying like some supplements for working out. I end up buying Hydroxycut.
And that is?
It's supposed to be a fat burner. What fat burner? That thing kept me up at night. It's caffeine. When I tell you I couldn't sleep.
So this one I've got to ask. So, because I hear a lot, every time I speak to guys who are abroad, I'm working. So you work, pay bills, buy expensive
catch
stuff.
Up on debt.
So you had already entered the debt?
See, remember my friend's car we messed it up and we were the ones who had it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, my friend.
So you're working, you're paying
I'm
rent.
trying to pay him off his money. I didn't pay him off his money until later on.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, see, those are the people that I'm grateful for. Because I was given a cushion. So, okay, it was a soft landing. It went to a little bit hard, but I don't think mine went into the trenches, kabisa, because there was so many safety nets that I could reach out to. It was like, care packages left over there. There's a care package. I know it's over there. I just need to figure out how to get there.
Yeah. I get.
Yeah, so there was a lot of that, and also the fact that my dad had a lot of goodwill from a lot of people.
Yes.
So if they knew that was my dad and they knew something was happening, they would help. Okay.
But what I'm hearing you say is that you are working to pay bills.
Yeah.
Yo, this for somebody who's not going to school, somebody who's not going to I'm shocked by how much this bill thing is already capturing you at 20.
Oh yeah. And remember, I'm also trying to maintain my F1 status. So I end up enrolling in a theology school that is started by a Kenyan, but I never show up for class. So that's another problem. Because, it's not that I have anything against theology school, but I wasn't planning on becoming a preacher. Yeah. I just wanted to maintain my status.
Okay, so you go to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
That is like night and day in 2001.
Yeah. Yes.
From where you're going, it's like going into Nyeri to Nairobi.
Yes. So it's like, you can say that. Or Nakuru to Nairobi. Nakuru to Nairobi is more like it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, there's elements that you understand, but this is like a whole different place.